Greetings everybody, welcome back. Sive here with the Forex Peace Army.com. Let's take a look again on the Bitcoin market and in general all common situation on the cryptocurrencies. So those of you who do not know, we have prepared a new fundamental report. Actually, I briefly talked about this last time on Thursday, but maybe not everybody heard about this. So I think that report might be important, interesting to read, and just because market is gradually coming to the, well, I call it kind of the culmination point, break-even point. So a few months probably it might be very decisive for cryptocurrencies. And we're not including the situation where we will get the major reversal on the Bitcoin market. We suggest that an area between the 50 and 60 is very good for accumulation on the long-term position. So if you're investing in a Bitcoin, if you hold coins for long-term, planning to invest and actually use it for some safety or not just for speculative games, it definitely makes sense to keep an eye on it. If you would like to know the details, why we think about this, and we think so, what the signs we see, why this could happen, actually when this could happen, you could read the report. So about the short-term situation, you could see that everything goes with the plan. I do not see to make any big changes, necessity to make any big changes right now. On the monthly chart, you could see that price looks heavy. So I would call the performance on March as bearish because market has opened, trying to move higher, and then return back down and close at the same low. And it's not even has closed. It's a couple of sessions, so it even could move slightly lower. This performance definitely not in favor of the bulls. At the same time, it makes no big impact on the overall picture because March in fact has become the inside month to the February. So not really big changes here. Still, from technical point of view, it's another reason why we think that this is really important for long-term investment. Big support, Euro pivot support 1, monthly oversold. This combination, actually natural support area, you can see here. If we even take aside any fundamental background that we have, from technical point of view, this is definitely also the area where we need to keep an eye on the long-term bullish pattern. So probably something should be formed either on the weekly or on the daily chart before situation will start to change. So on the weekly chart, we've got the things that we talked about. First is a grabber last week, 2 weeks ago, and last week we also have a grabber. So both have the same target. It's just drop below these lows, so it's somewhere back to the 60 even. But once I already talked about is that if market will appear around 60 even, it's not that oversold as you could see. So when you take a look at the daily chart, 60 even will be like right there. So as you understand, right below the 60 even will be some stops. And I suggest that drop to the 60, it's almost the same as a drop to the OP target. When the market will be so close to the OP, hardly it will ignore it, especially when it could be supported by the trigger on the selling stops right below the lows. And chances on reaching on the 52 area is very high. So that's what I'm thinking about. That's why on the daily chart you could see I keep mostly the same picture. By looking at the lower time frames now, we stand in a stage of some bounce as market has completed intraday targets. If you take a look here on the 4 time frame chart, our pennant has been broken perfectly to the downside as we suggested, so we do not need it anymore here. And market has made a kind of the ABCD reaction to the downside right around 65 area, completion this ABCD and hits this FIB support, last FIB support here, showing normal pullback. Since we have something like Gartley steeple to buy, we suggest that some 30% pullback here might happen at least. If you take a look at the hourly chart, it stands around 69 area, 69, 69.50. This is the area that market will try to touch on this pullback. Then we will see what will happen. Theoretically, somewhere around we should get some signs for taking the bearish position, because don't forget about weekly bearish grabbers. At some point they should keep going lower and push market to the downside. So we have the weekly patterns, weekly bearish patterns, and confluence resistance area. It's the first area that well, might generate something, some bearish signs or patterns or something like this. So I think that nearest level that we need to keep an eye on is this one. And that's probably all for now. So everything goes really well. Bearish context remains, major patterns remain. Now it's absolutely reasonable pullback after some local target and Gartley steeple to buy pattern. 30% retracement here seems absolutely reasonable. I do not see any problems with that. But at the same time, 69, 50 area, it will be interesting for potential bearish signs around it.